Hey there guys, it's Anthony here from Cutting Edge Guitar, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison of the Ibanez S series and the new Ibanez Q series. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so let's talk about why I want to do a comparison between these two guitars. Anyone who follows my channel will know that this particular instrument is my Prestige Ibanez S series, which I absolutely love. And this is the new Ibanez Q series headless guitar, which I've been very fortunate to be able to test out and trial on behalf of the good people, not on behalf of, but thanks to the generosity of the good people at Ibanez UK. So, talking of which, people who know this guitar because they've seen my stuff before, if you are interested in the kind of videos that I do talking about these absolutely amazing guitars, lessons and more guitar related content, subscribe to the channel so you get more of these things when they come out. And if you enjoy the video, please do give it a like and share it to anybody that you think might enjoy it. So the S series is a guitar that I absolutely adore. This particular one, as I say, is my Prestige S series. I've owned it for a few years now. I absolutely love it. The video that I've done about this guitar has been the most successful video that I've done on my channel up to this point as well. It's been a very popular video. Really pleased with the feedback from it. And this is the last guitar that I bought. So although I play lots of different guitars all the time, I actually only own probably about 10 different electric guitars. And as I say, this was the last one that I bought. I wasn't sure on what I wanted to go for when I was in the buy for a guitar the last time, but the super thin body and the thin neck, the fact that I'm a fan of Ibanez guitars anyway, and have owned other Ibanez guitars over the years, kind of made me think, well, I've got all these RGs, why not go for the other Ibanez, the S series? So anyway, I've been raving about this guitar ever since, and I've kind of found that I thought it was a bit of a shame, really, that I think this guitar is underrated by Ibanez themselves. And what I mean by that is that they don't seem to offer as many versions of this guitar as they do the RGs. So when I got wind that a new Ibanez model was coming out, I was like, well, I hope that it's something that's not going to be replacing the S series, but hopefully it's something that's along the S series lines and is going to be sort of a tip of the hat to that model. Now, so this is the new guitar. This is the Ibanez Q, okay, that's just recently come out. And to my mind, I think when you look at their explanation of this guitar on their website, they say that they took inspiration from an existing model. Now, to be quite honest, as I'm looking at this, you hold these two guitars together like this, I personally see that there is a bit of an S series blueprint here going on. By all means, drop me a line in the comments and tell me what you think, but I can see some real serious similarity here. So what I'm going to do, if I just pop my S series down for a moment and just look at the Q, I think really I'm seeing on this upper horn, there's a bit of an S series kind of influence. And then also in this horn, you can see it here too, but they've clearly carved a bit out here. That's obviously helping with upper fret access. This is something that a lot of people do wrong when they're looking to improve upper fret access on a guitar. They chop so much out of here so that you can get your hand in. But what they do is they leave a load of horn in the way around here. So like you bash your hand against it, you can't get in. So clearly what they've done is they've just chopped that out a little bit to make that nice and easy to get in. But the horns, I think you can definitely see that S series blueprint. Of course, round here, they've had to chop a load out to accommodate the type of bridge that you would need for a headless guitar. And yeah, I just think in terms of the body shape, I mean, when you look from this side, this guitar is very thin, as is the S series. Super thin guitar. The S series is even thinner than this. The Q actually, it's a really phenomenal instrument, the S series. But when you look at the bottom side of the Q, it's quite wedgy there. So there's a bit of a difference in there. But for my money and to my mind, I'm looking at these two guitars and I can see the similarity. Is it quite as simple as the fact that this is a headless version of the S series, though? No, it's not. I mean, this is a new design, so things about this, obviously, when you've got a headless guitar, you've got to completely redesign a bridge. So this is a brand new bridge, Ibanez design. It's one thing that's particularly cool about Ibanez, actually, that where they like to produce their own hardware. Like everyone knows the Edge tremolo system, right? They do all of those sorts of things, make their own in-house stuff. I think on this particular model, they've also made in-house pickups. So yeah, I mean, between this and my particular S series, there is quite a similarity in the fact that this is the Q here is a dual humbucker, so is my S series. You've got a 5-way switch on my S series, and that's it. But on this, you've got a 5-way switch and the Dynamics switch, which actually gives you 10 different sounds. I would love it if my S series had that. Maybe that is a aftermarket thing that I can have added to this guitar. I don't know, at some point. If I ever get that done, I'll be sure to let you know and show you what it all does. But that's something that's new and different. I really like this Dynamics switching thing that Ibanez do here, actually. So I think that makes a guitar really, really versatile. So that's something that I hope that they do in the future. I hope they start making more of these, actually, because the S series is just flipping awesome. More S series models, but with dynamic switching. That would be really cool, guys, if you're listening. Other things that are different, actually, this is a new thing on this guitar, the slanted frets. My traditional S series, I mean, this is still a pretty cutting edge guitar, right? But on this particular guitar, we've got these slanted frets. Now, why they've done those slanted frets is for, as you're playing, if you have your guitar like this, you know, if I was wearing a strap and I've got my guitar like this, as you're holding your guitar, it kind of, the slants are supposed to fit the angle that your hand is making. I think that is the new thing about the way that people play headless guitars and all that sort of stuff. That's obviously a thing as well about people having their guitars up high. That's quite an interesting thing for me, because as the kind of guitar player that I am, I have always wore my strap really short. So if I'm standing up, I will always have a guitar around about here. And people have basically took the piss out of me for years about that. So, you know, like, you've got to have your guitar down by your knees and look all rock and roll and the rest of it. Yeah, if you're in a band like Green Day or something, that's fine. But if you're playing sort of intense technical music, it's kind of hard to play your guitar when it's all the way down here. I know that there's some people who do it. Paul Gilbert, Malmsteen, they all wear their guitars low. It looks great, it looks cool, but my hands just can't do that. So I like to wear my guitar high. Well, by looking at the slanted fret thing and all the rest of it, it seems that there's a whole host of guitar players that all want to do that now as well. So there we go. That's quite interesting. So other things, actually, the neck profile. That is something that is entirely new for this model. The S series, the one that I have here, has the 5-piece Super Wizard high performance neck with the KTS titanium rods in. Now, I've always been a bit skeptical about stuff like this, like either the KTS titanium that Ibanez use or carbon fibre reinforcement rods that other people use, all of them sorts of things. I've always been like, well, is that just a gimmick with something to sell you? I've got to tell you right now, this is the most stable neck that I own. So there must be something in it with those KTS titanium rods. I mean, I've got a Sir Pro series, which anyone who watches my channel will have seen me talk about that guitar. Most people watching these kind of things will probably have heard of Sir these days. Super high-end, boutique, American-made, gorgeous guitar. But I've got to tell you guys, I know that people don't like it when you say it. So I go, no, Sir's quality control and all the rest of it's better than anyone's and all the rest of it. The neck on this is more stable than what's on the Sir. Just is. And that's a fact. You know, whenever I take it to my luthier, he will always have to go and do a little bit to set up the Sir. I love that guitar. It's absolutely awesome, but you know, there is definitely something in that reinforcement thing around about these. So what we'll do is we'll have a listen. I'm going to play through both of these guitars. I'm going to use a couple of different pickup selections over a jam track so we can listen to them and see what we think. Let's do it. there we go, guys. That's a playthrough of the S series and the Q, and a sort of a back-to-back comparison to see what we think to the differences between these two guitars. Maybe another thing to talk about as well would be the pickups. What do you think to, as I played through them, what do you guys think to the tone in terms of how does the S sound versus the Q? Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think to the playthrough. And that's about it for this video today, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you see more of these kind of things when I do them. If you want to support me and learn loads about guitar at the same time, check out the links in description where you can see all of my instructional products. So I've got books, members area, online courses, all sorts of stuff at Cutting Edge Guitars. The links in the description below. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, guys.